Orangutan Staunch here. Firstly, I just want to say that I'm in no way employed by or affiliated with any of the Paragon Remake games, and I intend to give an unbiased opinion on all games discussed in today's video. I loved Paragon and played it from release to its untimely death on April 26, 2018. Paragon was the first MOBA I ever played, and I think I became obsessed with it very quickly. When Epic Games finally closed the servers after dedicating all of the Paragon staff over to an at the time booming launch of Fortnite, which would go on to be the most popular game of its time, they also released close to $10 million in Paragon assets for free and claimed that they would help navigate and help any studio that attempted to recreate Paragon as much as possible, which leads us to today's video. Today I'm going to go over which of the two currently playable Paragon remakes available on Steam is firstly the most enjoyable experience to play for a Paragon veteran, and two, which of these two games has displayed the most potential so far to be the better Paragon remake. So without further ado, let's get into it. I just want to start with an honourable mention to Fault Elder Orb. Of all the Paragon remakes, this was definitely the most ambitious, from its birth on the 17th of July 2020 all the way to closure of their servers just 2 years later on November 1st, 2022. Fault Elder Orb was known for one thing, and that was releasing a half-finished bug-filled game with a focus on gameplay and releasing as many functioning characters as possible as quickly as possible, while ignoring details that other remakes prioritize, such as landscape design, the quality and refinement of gameplay mechanics, and decent sound engineering. Meanwhile, the dev team were asking the community for donations and selling content for a game that was far from complete, all of this mixed with a slightly toxic community, which is ordinary for MOBA games as they contain a lot of teamwork, which leaves room for argument when players feel a teammate hasn't lived up to expectation, which led to the game servers becoming dead and being shut down. While a large majority of the players of Paragon's player base were console players, leaving the now PC-only servers for these remakes half empty. Both do offer the option for controller plugin, both do eventually promise a console release, and I do believe with the right direction that one, if not both of these following remakes we are about to discuss have the potential to do well enough for them to see a console release in the coming years. First, let's discuss Predecessor by Omeda Studios. With their early access starting semi-recently in December of 2022, Predecessor is looking great. You do have to purchase the game to play, with a minimum spend of $29.45 Australian dollars for the rare bundle, all the way to a maximum price of $87.90 for the legendary bundle. This game offers multiple gameplay modes, including player vs AI, PvP, practice custom games, and competitive play, which is coming soon. You can have a party of up to 5 friends, and games are 5v5. This remake most resembles the Monolith map that was available on Paragon after the original map Aurora Legacy was changed to Monolith, and was the map Paragon operated on all the way from when it was added until when the game was shut down. I like both of these maps, so I don't have a favourite really between Overprime and Predecessor, as they are both great in their own ways. The game is absolutely beautiful to look at, the characters look amazing and feel smooth to play, and the audio in the game is spot on as well. The character roster is slightly smaller than Overprime, featuring 24 playable characters and only one new character that wasn't an original Paragon character being added into the game so far. A few minor tweaks to character abilities, including Kallari's ultimate, but all in all, most of the characters perform the same, if not better than Paragon. I have included all of the enemy abilities on screen for those interested. If you'd like to skip this, just click on the next timestamp.
think they can take me.
You ready?
On the job again.
Looks like it's showtime.
Stand behind me. This is what I do.
We are the Amaran. We are the forest.
The shop in this game is enormous, with a large variety of items and build paths to take. The skins that are currently available as in-game purchases closely resemble some original Paragon skins, such as both Grux and Rampage's skins displayed on screen. Lastly, you have the option to edit your in-game profile with different icons, borders, titles, and backgrounds. Now let's have a look at gameplay. Firstly, let's just say that the look and feel of this game is on point, and that isn't an issue that this game will ever have a problem with. They did not include a sprint ability in Predecessor, as it is more inspired by later Paragon patches that also removed this feature. But I have to admit, after playing with sprint on Overprime and coming back to Predecessor, you feel very slow. So we are having a player versus AI match, and I've got to say it's very easy. As a console player who is new to PC gaming, I easily overwhelmed the bots and took the victory, although this is a good idea to play for your first time to warm up or practice the abilities of a new character before taking them into PvP. With a bit more work to the bots, or even possibly being able to set them to certain difficulty levels, will make this mode a lot better, but it is definitely still playable in its current state. The game does feel balanced though. When you start off early game, you will not be doing so much damage to players or towers, but as you level up and buy items, you'll gradually begin to do more damage, be tankier, etc., depending on your build path, which is something I didn't notice as much in Overprime. As for PvP, let's just say that I waited for about 20 minutes in a PvP queue and decided that the average human wouldn't wait any longer than this for a game, indicating to me that the servers aren't very busy or that the game had allocated me to a region that was nighttime, resulting in me not finding anyone to match with. Either way, it's disappointing that this is a state of PvP mode 3 months after release. It is a good game with a lot of potential, although the price tag may dishearten some players, especially when there is a free version of the game available in the Paragon the Overprime. So moving on to Paragon the Overprime, this game is free and currently only available on PC. The game starts with a short cutscene reintroducing some of the original Paragon characters that you know and love. Once that's over, you load into the game and you're going to select a region, and finally you'll arrive at the home screen. You have the option to expand your matchmaking region and to select a map. Although there is currently only one map available, this indicates future maps may arrive as well. For gameplay modes, we have quick battle, competitive play, training grounds, custom game and tutorials, but no player vs AI mode in Overprime. The character roster is slightly larger than Predecessor, with 31 playable characters, 5 of them being locked at first and 2 of them being new characters to Paragon's original roster. Here I'll highlight each character to display the roster. Skip to the next timestamp if you want to miss this part. The game has a huge shop with heaps of items to choose from, and where you can also purchase in-game currency and skins. Lastly, there is a profile menu to personalise your account. After a short wait, I was loading into a PvP match. First you choose your role and then you select your character. The first to lock a character in gets them, so be quick if you have a preferred character. Once you're in and you've made your initial shop purchase, you have the option of using the F1 buttons to buy recommended items quickly, or to press the I button and open the shop for a more thorough shop experience. I'm not gonna lie, my teammates carried me in this one, and using PC controls wasn't easy, but the gameplay was fun and seamless. Overprime reintroduces an old Paragon feature that I've already mentioned, which is the sprint mode. You tap the left shift button to activate sprint mode, but if you are hit during sprint mode, you take some damage or you're slowed or both. All I know is it's bad, so disengage sprint mode before you get into combat. Overprime's map is more based after the original Legacy Aurora map, while also having made many changes to the jungle and the lanes. I noticed in Overprime that it's a lot easier as a carry to do tower damage early game as opposed to Predecessor, which is really the only bad thing I can say about this game. The servers are alive and playable, the roster is large enough to experiment with different roles and build types. The game is very fun and already pretty competitive even in quick play. After making Revenant leave lane and taking a couple of towers, we forced a win on our opponents with the help of an OG countess support. So in conclusion, they are both great games, with Overprime seeming a little more functional, with less gameplay modes but actual PvP matches being found. I would have to agree that Overprime definitely feels like the stronger candidate to blow up, as it's free to play, features a great roster, and has an already growing player base. Please like and subscribe if you like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.
The lesson learned is self-acceptance. Like I wanna face the world and leave myself defenseless. A wordsmith, I've been slaving like a young apprentice. Always wanted knowledge, but I'm never showing up to lectures. Betches that I'm building up the new defenses, fences, but I'll never give you something senseless.